What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Excuse me, I am still very much congested still, and my throat is really dry, so sometimes I'm like, I can't even talk without choking or coughing. But anyway, I was very sad to see this news. Our beloved Paul Reubens, also known as Pee Wee Herman, has passed away. I was completely shocked. This is like one of those people that I know everybody goes at one point, but it's just one of those people who you don't expect to hear that are going. And I'm an 80s baby. Growing up, when Pee Wee Herman came out and everything, I grew up watching Pee Wee Herman. I always looked forward to watching Pee Wee Herman. And, seeing him on his bike and getting ready, and I know you are bored of mine, it's just, I didn't expect this. And it was just really sad to hear that he was actually sick for a very long time. And he didn't tell anyone, he, suffered this in silence. Well, hopefully he didn't suffer. But I'll go ahead and post the link to the article down below. But it says here, let's see. So there was an update at 12:22. So I assume this came out earlier today. But it says actress E.G. Daily, who played Dottie in Pee-wee's Big Adventure, joined us on. Okay, so this is a TMZ Live Monday, telling us she felt something was off with her on-screen co-star and real-life friend in recent years. Excuse me. But had no clue Paul Reubens was battling cancer. It says, looking back, she says Paul was an incredibly thoughtful soul, and there was a great distinction between Pee-wee and the man himself, something many didn't get to see. As for Paul's popular character, E.G. tells us it brought out the kid in everyone, and she thinks it's rare for someone to have such a big impact as Pee-wee did for years. He definitely had a distinctive character, and his little witty ways of doing what he did, and it was very different from the things that are out now, for sure. Says Paul Reubens, the comedic actor best known for playing Pee Wee Herman, is gone after a private battle with cancer. Paul died Sunday night, according to a statement posted Monday on his Instagram account, a statement that revealed for the first time the medical crisis with which he'd been dealing. It says Paul bravely and privately fought cancer for years with his trademark tenacity and wit. And I did see the post, and it says here, last night we said farewell to Paul Reubens, an iconic American actor, comedian, writer, and producer whose beloved character Pee Wee Herman delighted generations of children and adults with his positivity, whimsy, and belief in the importance of kindness. Paul bravely and privately fought cancer for years with his trademark tenacity and wit, a gifted and prolific talent. He will forever live in the comedy pantheon, and in our hearts as a treasured friend and man of remarkable character and generosity of spirit. It says, we're told he had a brain tumor 6 years ago, but doctors were able to surgically remove it, and it was considered a successful procedure. It's unclear what kind of cancer he'd been diagnosed with most recently. The comedic icon will forever be remembered for his Pee Wee Herman character, which Paul created in 1978 during an improv exercise with the Groundlings. Paul worked with another comedy legend, the late Phil Hartman, to develop the character. That led to the eventual launch of the Pee-wee's Playhouse TV show in '86, and although it was Saturday morning programming, it became a huge hit with kids and adults. He also brought the character to the big screen with the film Pee-wee's Big Adventure, which was a huge commercial success, and I think I did go watch that, but I mainly grew up watching the show on Saturday mornings, just like everyone else. The movie featured a scene with Pee-wee dancing to the 1958 hit song Tequila by the Champs. The character and that dance were so beloved, you can't hear that song without thinking of Pee-wee. While Pee-wee is his most iconic role, Paul had been doing live comedy routines long before that. In addition to his time in The Groundlings, he made 14 appearances on The Gong Show back in the 70s. He's also done a ton of acting unrelated to Pee-wee, having roles in movies like Blow, Batman Returns, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, The Nightmare Before Christmas, and Dr. Dolittle, as well as hit TV shows like Murphy Brown, Ally McBeal, and Everybody Loves Raymond. As for his cancer battle, Paul addressed it in a note he'd written, which is interesting to me. So I guess he knew at some point that he was going to go. So he wrote a letter addressing his fans. It says, "Please accept my apology for not going public with what I've been facing the last 6 years. I have always felt a huge amount of love and respect from my friends, fans, and supporters. I have loved you all so much and enjoyed making art with you. Paul Reubens." And then it says here, whoever was writing for him, I guess this was his last wishes. It says, "Paul asked that any expression of sympathy be made in honor of his late parents, Judy and Milton Rubenfield, to Stand Up to Cancer or organizations involved in dementia and Alzheimer's care, support, and research." So that was clearly something that was near and dear to his heart. I guess his parents passed away from that, and so any contributions or anything like that, he was asking to be made to those organizations, research and support. It says Paul was 70 years old. I remember so much, not so much of him being a comedian, but it's Pee-wee Herman. Anytime you saw him, anytime I saw him, I thought of Pee-wee Herman. I visioned him in his gray suit, his bow tie, on his bike. You know, and it's sad, and it's unfortunate because now my generation is at this age where we're losing a lot of childhood actors who we grew up with, you know, and it's kind of sad, you know, thinking back, it's a little nostalgic to kind of think of the things that we grew up watching, you know, and it's definitely very far from what is out now with this generation, but, you know, he was definitely a childhood icon, and I'm sure he will definitely be missed by a lot of us in my generation. So leave your comments down below. Let me know if you are part of my generation and if you grew up watching Pee-wee, you know, do his thing, and if you even watched the movie that he came out with. But Pee-wee's Big Adventure is, you know, it is definitely iconic, and you know, it's just kind of, it's sad. It's really sad. Like, it's sad to know that, you know, that he was going through all of this, and, you know, and he stated it was 6 years that he was dealing with this, and no one knew. Excuse me. He was clearly very private about it. But Pee-wee's Playhouse was the thing to watch Saturday mornings. I remember being in front of the TV and being just so excited to watch Pee-wee. And, you know, even my mom would watch with me, you know, so she remembers Pee-wee Herman. And so, you know, it's one of those household things you just don't forget, you know what I mean? But rest in peace to him, you know. And yeah, so let me know down below what your favorite memories are, what you liked about Pee-wee Herman. If you grew up with watching Pee-wee Herman, let me know as well. And if you haven't, excuse me, done so, please subscribe to my channel, hit like, share, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I pop up on your feed. I'll see you guys later. Toodles!